The return of Fei Xiao and Boot Hill. This is one of my favorite combos, not only because it's got two of my favorite characters on the same team, but because these two actually work very well together. So, here we're going to go ahead and get the ultimate up on Zhao, but then we're going to hold it. As you can see, we also have Fei Xiao's ultimate ready. So, once it's Boot Hill's turn, we're going to do a couple of interesting shenanigans, starting with buffing ourselves and then breaking with this ultimate here on Zhao. A boom. A bang. Okay, there we go. So that's one stack. Okay, that's E1 covered. Now we're going to attack this, or rather put into standoff, this non-physical enemy. Wow. And then Fei Xiao is going to go ahead and do Boot Hill's job. Wonderful. Not only 500,000 damage, but also going to get us that 2 stacks of Pocket Trick Shot, which is just enough to break this enemy and also deal a good amount of damage. So, at this point, with 2 Hun characters on the team, we're a little bit struggling when it comes to AoE damage. So we're going to have to split up these attacks relatively intelligently. Wow, so smart. Now we're going to wait just to make sure that we can at least take advantage of that energy before we kill that left TV. And would you look at that, we actually got to take advantage of 2 TVs. That's crazy. Usually it just hits Fei Xiao and we get nothing. So, now, at this point, that run may break on the TV is very important, because now, with only 2 enemies left, we're looking a little bit better for the second phase. 1 skill here with Fei Xiao. Those 2 skill points from that little dead enemy really did help. And now, going in with 3 skill points. Usually, if that enemy did give the energy to Zhao, we can go ahead and break this whole wave with the Eagle set, triggering to make Zhao go first, and then his skill is going to let us completely just destroy this first wave. So now we're going to have to do things in a little bit of a different order. Go ahead and break this right enemy here with Fei Xiao, which is pretty good. And now 1 ultimate here on Boot Hill can take care of the left one. But then because the middle one is a little bit more toughness, we're going to have to use our enhanced basic. And a bang, not too much damage, but we are going to make our way all the way around back to Boot Hill's turn, which is probably going to be the next attack necessary to kill this thing. But we do want to hold this ultimate here on Ron Mei. Mainly just because we want to make sure that Fei Xiao is going to get another turn. So we just want to trigger it after this turn.
Every petal and all will be swept away by
if Ron Mei was a little bit faster, we could have avoided that little forced interaction. And now here, 1 break plus a little bit of a retrigger. What are we looking at? We're looking at a dead choir. And now, we're going to have to pray ever so slightly. And please hit Ron Mei. And there we go. So, now we can go ahead and skill with Zhao. Good amount of toughness. And now, guess what? This ultimate is going to trigger the wind. And now the wind will push him forward and allow us to break even more. Great. Our skill point generator Fei technically did basic 3 out of 4 of her turns this round, which is completely fine because she does her job. And as in job, let's see how much of a job she does. We do want to make sure we break the middle guy with Boot Hill, so Fei Xiao can go ahead and take care of the left or the right. A bang, 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 bang. Okay, that's pretty damn good. Okay. That vulnerability does help from all 3 of them being broken. And here we are versus Hoolay, the better fight. The more challenging fight, the more fun fight, So we're going to go ahead and start with Silver Wolf being replaced in for Zhao in this fight. Which, she actually doesn't have to land the correct element. I want to say about 3 out of 4 times this whole round. So, you know what? This, by the way, that break effect Ron Mei does need to get hit there for that ultimate, which is pretty important. But we do need that extra damage, so I actually have to swap her over to the break effect rope. Now, here we're going to go ahead and use this ultimate on Fei, and would you look at that? E1 Boot Hill comes back from the grave. Thank you, Fei Xiao, for dealing your damage and breaking. Oh, we missed a crit. That's pretty rare. Okay. And Boot Hill Adios. Oh, okay, still alive, so not 3 stacks of Pocket Trick Shot, but 2 might be enough. And would you look at that? Physical. That is the necessary implant that she needs to do, so thank you, Silver Wolf.
You, I suppose?
We actually just need the damage, because with only 2 stacks of Pocket Trick Shot, we kind of need all the help we can get. And the dots do their thing. Dot Hill coming back again from the grave, as well as the E1. Wow. And now there we go. There we go. 600,000 with only 2 stacks of Pocket Trick Shot is pretty damn good. Now, if we can actually implant the speed debuff paired with the delay from the ultimate from Boot Hill, we can actually make Hoolay not go at all. And then we can just break with Boot Hill before. But we did get the attack debuff, so he is going to have pretty much the same action value and still go before us. But you know what? The energy does not hurt at all. The break effect Ron May we got actually makes it so we really do need those hits for the energy. Now, we actually did just land that Quantum on Silver Wolf. I was so amazed I almost skipped over it. But look at that. The same amount of toughness with the enhanced basic from Boot Hill is the ultimate from Fei Xiao. So, just crazy amount of toughness. I was going to say for the attacks, but also for this toughness bar on Hoolay. Absolutely ridiculous. 42k ticks, and 330 is pretty damn good. Boot Hill, what can you do this time? 914, pretty damn amazing. Go ahead and skill here with Ron May. We do need to make sure that Dance 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 triggers just to push everybody to get their final action. For Fei Xiao, her second, but for Silver Wolf and Boot Hill, their third. I'm going to trigger this follow-up here on Fei, and there we go. Now we can go ahead and attack a fresh Hoolay with Boot Hill. Now we can also go ahead and delay Hoolay, so no more moves for you. Adios. We don't need any more energy from this point on. So now it's just a toughness game. Dance, dance, dance. Hello to all of our characters. Not too many skill points. So once again, skill point generator Fei. Breaker Fei. Damage dealing Fei. What will you implant this time? Okay. That is actually fine, because you know what? We have just enough toughness with Fei Xiao already that it doesn't actually matter what we implant. Technically, this will increase the break damage from Ron May's break ever so slightly by implanting ice. But there we go. Fei, good job. Left us with just enough toughness. And now Boot Hill, how much break effect are you working with here? We've got a ton of debuffs on Hoolay. So we are at our 100% defense reduction. 356 break effect. Let's go. Slow-mo. Adios, Hoolay. Fei Xiao was 112 speed, 97% crit rate, but she did miss quite a few times, which is kind of crazy if you ask me. But we were on attack boots here. That means that the talent from Ron May for the speed plus 1 trigger of Dance 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 was necessary to make her go twice per wave. And speaking of Ron May, we had 200 break effect, which is a little bit low considering we're on the break effect rope. However, that's because we had Dance Dance Dance, so we didn't get any help in the break effect department. And as for the E1, we actually were overcapping Def Shred on both characters with Silver Wolf. Not for Zhao, but Silver Wolf, yes. Now here, 162 Boot Hill with 266 break effect is pretty damn good in the stats. However, we are losing out on this second part of the 4-piece effect, which is quite sad, with no super break until maybe a possible tailed character comes out in the future. Now here we've got Silver Wolf at 176. We could have put her on Wind, but you know what? I just put her on Rainbow Pieces and just made her fast enough so 1 trigger of Dance 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 plus Ron May makes her go, which is about 174. So that's all we had for Silver Wolf. And as for Zhao, I forgot to record it, but it was pretty similar to Silver Wolf, although it was on the win set instead. So that's all we had for today's video. Thanks for watching. The combination of Fei Xiao and Boothill, one of my absolute favorites. Put into the comments what you guys thought. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.